What's up, everyone? This is the Fraser LeVay podcast with Uncle Blaise, and Stace is on vacation, spending all of his millions of dollars. So we've got a little fill-in, well, a big fill-in, a regular-sized fill-in. I mean, you can call you little or big. Sorry, Kev. Kevin Backer. And what's spectacular about this event is the last time Blaise, me, and Kevin have been together, one time, Blaise was driving down the wrong way of a highway in Lubbock, Texas, and Kev was egging him to do it. And then the other time, Kev took a ski-doo or a jet ski and just rammed it into a dock.
Yeah.
So good things always happen when we're together, I think.
That wasn't great.
I almost have to pay for both of those.
Yeah. Poor Matt Vachuk, we tore down his bathroom. Kev broke his jet ski.
Yeah.
It was a rough one for
He was happy for that road trip to end. He's like, send these little bastards back to Texas where they belong.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it was wherever you were living at the time.
Famous last words were, I got this.
Yeah. Kev, have you driven a jet ski before? Oh, yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah. How hard can it be? Well, there's no brake and no reverse. That's a problem. You needed both.
The L-shaped dock got me. That was the key there.
Also, it's counterintuitive, right? That you have to speed up to turn versus like brake. I get it. I'm glad you went first, Kev. I guess that's all I can say. But yeah, week 3, end of week 3 podcast, moving to week 4. We're going to talk winners and losers of week 3, picks for week 4. But first, I have some questions because it's been a clusterfuck of a season so far. So Blaise, Kev, in no particular order, but just we can shout them out. Who are the MVPs of the league right now? Top 3 to 5.
Oh, MVP's easy right now, isn't it?
It's just Mahomes and Allen.
No,
I guess I would put Allen
Josh
first, right?
It's Josh Allen.
Yeah,
he's been a man possessed, which was awesome because I think going back to the first podcast, I thought that I named the Bills as the losers of the offseason. So
yeah,
put one on the loss column for Uncle Blaise. That was really good.
I want to pile on you because I had Josh Allen as a winner, and I was like high on Josh Allen, but I also had Trevor Lawrence as a winner, so I've got an L on there as well.
Yeah. Not great.
Yeah.
But I'd say he's up there. I think someone else who I'd maybe put into the top 5 too, like if we're talking about major fails from our preseason prognostications, was how are you feeling on Jaden Daniels?
I don't know. Is it one game though?
Is it?
That throw was ridiculous.
He's 2-1. Has got the team at 2-1.
Yeah.
They're not super talented. The kid looked ridiculous last time.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like ridiculous.
Yeah, well, considering he's playing a college offense, the Cincinnati Bengals corner calling him out there.
I heard that corner got lit up by the coach after the game too. I hope that's true.
I think so. Yeah, he talked about it in his presser there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the throws of the year. That one he had at the end of the game. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I needed that game too. That was I picked Cincy in my survivor, so that was not a good outcome for me.
I'm with you on that one. Bye, Survivor.
Wow, is this this has to be the craziest year of one team in 3 weeks demolishing people's survivor picks? Because Cincinnati did that for week 1 for everyone else.
Yeah,
and I didn't learn. which is great, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think another one for MVP though, I'd put him in the top 5, maybe 3 or 4 would be Sammy D. Your boy Sammy D.
Right? Oh my god,
how good does he look?
Incredible. I was looking at the stats. It was before the Bills game, but he had 25% more touchdowns than anyone in the league. So I think maybe Allen might be tied with him now, or closer to him now. But he's got 8 touchdowns. No one else has 6.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is he going to be all right? Is he going to play in week 4?
Seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah, MRI was clean. There was I think just a sprain. There was nothing major in it. So,
but is that? I mean, he's not super mobile, so I mean, he should be fine.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane.
JJ's back. I was kind of we were down in Seattle, so we had the 4-box going on one of the establishments that we were at, and every time I looked on up to the Vikings game, JJ was catching another pass. I mean, Houston was just seeing him in their nightmares. It was, I don't know what it ended up with, or if it just happened to be whenever I looked, but whenever I looked, it was just JJ everywhere, all over the field. It was awesome.
Yeah. And I have a question then, because I was going to stay on this MVP, but since you brought up Sammy Darnold, I've got a loser this week, JJ McCarthy. Is there, maybe not a loser, but is there going to be a quarterback controversy? Surely he can't start if this continues. Or maybe it's a winner, I also thought, because you can go, are the Vikings happy where we have like the Green Bay Packers scenario, where now we sit JJ for 2 years, let him relax. Yeah. Sam Darnold parlays himself into a decent sized salary, nothing crazy, like a Baker Mayfield salary. Again, it's only week 3. I don't want to get excited, but quarterback controversy. I don't know, maybe only a year or 2.
Yeah, that's going to be that's the telltale on it. I mean, if they sign him for more than 1 year, that'll be interesting. If they only sign him for a year, then he's just auditioning for everybody else at this point.
You'd think he'd hate to be jumping around as much as he is too, right? Like he's been on 5 different teams now? 4, 5?
Yeah.
So 4? So you think he'd want to lock in somewhere, and like that's a perfect scenario for him, even if it's 2 years and you get a good little chunk of pay, and then be patient with JJ. Like I think that's key.
Yeah, it looks like a 1 year, but I agree, Kev. I think kind of a luxury the Vikings never had. We actually might have 2 half decent quarterbacks.
You know what it is? I mean, especially for him, is I think you're going to start to see guys just line up. Veteran quarterbacks are going to be like, knock, knock, knock. Excuse me, Kevin O'Connell, can I come and play for you, please?
Yeah, right.
Like he's just making quarterbacks look good. Mm-hmm. Brought in what's his name off the street last year and got 3 good games out of him.
Well, he's a rocket scientist.
Blaise or Kev, who's the most? I was thinking about this. The most fun GM. It's almost like they're a fantasy general manager. I was only thinking this because of, and not they're good or bad, but like the Texans. I was thinking all the player movement they've done. Like they've had some major trades. They obviously I don't know. They've just done a lot. Is there anyone else who like jumps off the page of they're always doing shit? It's kind of exciting. It's like for news or for excitement in your team. You're like, oh, we did something.
Yeah. I mean, Philly fans love their GM. I can't stand him, but they love Howie. Like he's always making moves, and whether they don't always work, but it just seems like he's always at least trying to do something. I think if you're a fan, that's probably exciting. I know the painful Philly fans I have in my life just rave about Howie Roseman, and it's always Howie did it again. Howie pulled the wool over the Saints' eyes again, which like he seems to do once a year. But so he'd be a good one. Pains me to say it because how I feel about the Eagles, but I think he's got to be near the top of the list. And he just always seems to be making moves, right? Like he's at least trying. He's not some of these guys that just sit back and rely on their draft and what they do in the offseason and then see you next year type thing. He's always wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes movement isn't always the best thing. Like
true. Yeah.
Like I'm with Blaise. I think Howie probably would be the number 1 that way. But even sometimes the best moves are the ones you don't make, like the Browns, like what they do, what they should be doing. I don't even know who the GM is, to be honest. But
I can think it's not the Broncos
GM. No. No, he sends the Browns guys who drop balls, and no, I like Peyton. Peyton's good.
Yeah. Speaking of that, though, you know who it's not, Fraser, is the Browns GM.
Yeah.
Or whoever signed Deshaun Watson to that contract. That's who's not the most fun.
No. I think he's still holding court there, too.
Is he really got? Man must just want to chase him out of town.
Also, the we talked about the Giants GM last week because obviously he was famous across Hard Knocks. But Xavier McKinney has an interception in every game, and they let him walk too. So they've so far let arguably one of the best defenders in the league go, and then probably the best offensive player in the league behind Josh Allen go so far this year. So awesome. I think the Giants GM is soon on his way out of town.
He might be. Although that neighbor's picture looks pretty good right now.
Ooh, true. Yeah,
heard this
I mean,
thing.
was that a no-brainer? I mean, it was like they even on the Hard Knocks, they're like, well, we're taking Marvin Harrison if he's there, and if not, we're taking Neighbors. So it was more like
Yeah.
we need a wide receiver, and we'll just take one of the top two. So I don't
Yeah.
really give him too much credit. A loser I've got as well, since we're talking front office and coaching, is Brian Callahan, coach, Tennessee Titans. He lets Malik Willis go, which is fine. I mean, obviously Malik Willis is having a nice little run in Green Bay, but because he had Will Levis, that was his reasoning. And not only that, as I was watching the quarterbacks like last night, Jane Daniels isn't set up to fail as much. Where Will Levis, they went for it 4th and 2. The game was kind of still in reach on like their own 40, and Callahan went for it when he knows Will Levis is the dumbest quarterback in the league, right? And like he got sacked 8 times. Where at least Jaden Daniels or even Caleb Williams, a good example, like they're getting the ball out early for the most part, trying to. Where here they just have Will Levis sitting back, like they think he's Patrick Mahomes is going to make something out of nothing. So
yeah, it's tough times there. But I mean, to be fair, when they had Malik and they put him in the game, he looked as lost as
terrible, yeah,
as anybody, right? Like, again, it's like it's coaching. You look at now in Green Bay, like that coach is just absolutely diagramming plays, and he's just making people be open. And it's just it shows the difference when you have a good offensive coach like that actually has a plan compared to someone who's just calling plays and just throwing the guys out there. Like LaFleur called him masterful. Those guys were running, the Titans were running the wrong direction half the time, and then the ball would be going the other way. Like it was quite a scene.
And I loved how they threw first, because obviously if you're an idiot, you're just going to be like, oh, they're going to run the ball, they can't throw. So obviously LaFleur was like, oh, I'm going to zag on this and throw first, and now you're scared the entire game that Malik Willis can throw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like, what do you do? Like, you've got 2 good wideouts too, and that's the worst part. But like, the run game's got to go. You got to at least save the kid. But then you stack the box, and then what happens? He just fumble fucks his way through a mediocre gameplay, I guess.
For sure. On the bright side, he didn't like throw it backwards to the other team or try and pass it when he was horizontal to the ground.
Yeah.
I think he had one really kind of bad throw, but at least his feet were under him, and it was how it's supposed to look. But
true.
So progress, I guess. I don't know. They're still the worst team in the league, probably defensive. According to their record. But
when is it Rudolph time though? When do they throw him in?
Right.
What's the worst quarterback room in the NFL? Is it Tennessee? Has to be, right?
Got to be close. Well, Miami right now.
Yeah.
With 2 out. I was there Sunday. That Skylar Thompson guy has no clue what he's doing. Like it's not even that he's not talented. Like he literally I've never seen somebody look lost, completely lost. When they brought in Tim Boyle, at least he looked kind of like he knew where he was supposed to go with the ball. Yeah. Skylar Thompson was absolutely baffled.
Yeah.
There was a play literally 2 plays before the half. They were, I think, on their own 45, maybe midfield. And the Seahawks rushed nobody. Literally. Not one. We were sitting there watching it, and I'm with Benny, who's a Dolphins fan, and he's like, look at this. I was like, they're literally not rushing anyone. And they've got 5 or 4 receivers in the end zone, and then one dude is running a crossing route while he's being covered, and Skylar decides after 6 seconds that's where he's going with the football. Of course, he has to overthrow it because the guy's covered. And it was mind-boggling. And then the next play, they get another one somehow, another Hail Mary, and he rolls out to the right, and then he just stops. Like, there's, again, nobody rushing, but this time there was, and he got absolutely crushed just to end the half. Right in front of their bench, too, and the Seahawks bench, too. So they're going nuts. You could see, like, right below us was the exit. Tyreek and Waddle are just literally walking off. The play's not even over, barely. They are just out. They're going to the locker room. It was you would have been so happy at the dysfunction of the Dolphins. It was like you would have been just in your absolute element.
Yeah, and I was going to say I had another loser was Miami Dolphins front office. Just like, how do you have the most fragile quarterback in the league and not have capable backup behind him? Because I mean, if they just had anyone, they could still be running for playoffs, like with the talent on that team.
Yeah.
So the fact you've got Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle, like that's just shocking. And they spent. I had someone else as a loser who spent the Cowboys. We can get to them. But this is what happens when you spend all your money on a quarterback and wide receiver. And the Dolphins did that twice. We talked about this last week, I think, where the Dolphins have 2 of the 7 highest paid wide receivers and a top 3 highest paid quarterback who isn't playing right now.
Yeah, he didn't play, so now they can't block. And I literally, I'm not joking. I don't even mean because he's an NFL quarterback, so I'm sure he's somehow, caught someone's eye to get there. He had no fucking idea what he was doing. He didn't. It was unbelievable. We were sitting up there, you could see everything happen, and he's literally just stunned in the pocket half the time. And he just got crushed, and then he got injured, and like I'm sure there was broken ribs, maybe even more. Like it was bad. And then when Boyle came in, he's Boyle, so he's not like the superstar, but he at least looked like he could run the offense and go where he's supposed to go. Yeah, it was.
How they're not calling people right now on the phones and just be like, give us any backup, and we'll pay whatever for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think I guess the Steelers wouldn't want to trade in conference to a team around their level, but like Russ Wilson, or who would you think that they could get?
I don't know. Like, do you take a flyer with the Broncos and say, give us Wilson?
Give us Zach?
Right, give us Zach. Or you got to try something. But they do have Snoop Huntley there, and he's proven that he can actually play. I guess maybe they just didn't get him there in time to put him on the field. So I won't surprise me if he's there next week if he's playing, because he's been all right. Like he was good in Baltimore
he was good in Baltimore.
He was serviceable, right? Like so he's there, but
at least he can scramble.
Yeah. Because Skyler cannot. He was like that's as much deer as headlights as I've ever seen, especially live. It was something.
So
else.
You guys basically went to a preseason game for week 3.
Yeah, basically. The college game, went to a college game on Saturday though, and it was pretty good. But it was very similar because Washington's not that strong this year, but the Northwestern quarterback, he looked. I think he's pretty young, I think at least, but he looked completely baffled as well. Like, but not like this Skyler guy. It's so confusing to me how that guy was their backup quarterback. You're right, Fraser. Like, especially, they need to have someone like the Red Rifle, right? Or
that's perfect.
Somebody that go and get Flacco when he was a free agent. Somebody that you can put in, because he's gonna go down. He's gonna go down.
Sam Darnold even.
Yeah.
They should have been on the chase on that one for sure.
Yeah. I think Sam Darnold is better than Tua. I'm just gonna say
it. You said that? Wow.
I'm going to, right now.
Shocking.
Another loser that I'm sure the whole world is excited about, the Dallas Cowboys. What the fuck is going on?
They're no good. That's what's going on. It's fantastic. Love it. Same thing between Dak and CD. It's $80 million. They're salary cap. Love it.
I'm recommending. Who did they lose on defense to suck this bad? Their defense was pretty solid last year, but were they just not playing against good teams?
That could have been it, right? They're the Giants and the Commies in their division.
Yeah,
that always helps.
Was Gilmore there? Because now he's with the Vikings, right?
I think he was there last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And he's tearing it up.
Yeah, obviously they don't have any D tackles. Everyone just runs at will on them. And now they're gonna have to pay their one good defensive player. He's gonna need a huge contract next year, so they're gonna be in even worse shape. They're gonna be paying 3 dudes like $130 million.
Yeah.
So,
and I even
Parsons, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I've even looked at fantasy football and like that matters what we're talking about, but it's like they're running backs. That's not even ever a conversation or like, who's on the waiver wire or who like trade. Like I can't even, I know it's Dowdle and Zeke, but they have no money to pay running backs, which you don't need to spend a ton on running backs, but they have no one.
Nobody.
Well, they bring Zeke back in. That's the state of where they're at.
Yeah. It's fantastic. I love it. I hope it keeps happening.
That whole division could just leave for you, or if you were to rank your 4 teams in that division, which one do you like the best?
Probably the Commies, just because it's just a good buddies team, and they've suffered for so long. I hope Jaden Daniels is good, and
Budsy, yeah.
Like I hope they deserve it. I mean, they've been so bad for so long. Yeah, no, and obviously no love for the Giants, but They've been irrelevant, so it hasn't really mattered in a while. It's not like I hate the Cowboys. It's just that you get so tired of the hype, and all you ever do is hear Cowboys, 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 and they haven't done shit in 30 years. Like, were you guys in high school last time they were in the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Right?
Probably.
Like,
that was grade 8, grade 9. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Come on. Like, enough with the Cowboys.
I agree.
They're always on TV. They're always out. Like, enough of that whole division. That whole division is the most overrated division in the league every single year.
Yep.
And they're on prime time all the time because they got the Cowboys and the New York team and Philly. And those games are always on prime time. And it's painful because it's the most overrated division year in and year out.
Yeah. I agree.
And they had your boy TB12 there doing their first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, he's got to be sick of the Cowboys, hey?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of his commentary. I heard the first game wasn't good. Has he been all right since? Or
I don't know. I heard the first game was not good at all. Then I haven't heard any of it. I haven't.
He's getting blown up. He's getting blown up pretty hard, actually. I can't remember who it was, but anyways, they're saying like, "How fast is this guy?" And then Tom, he's fast. Like that's
nice.
Oh, nice. Good commentary.
Yeah, way to back it up.
Yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, is he good, or is this the team thing?
That's one of my losers of the week. What is going on down there?
Yeah,
that is ugly.
I want to make excuses for him because that's all I've done all year. There's a play, maybe the third quarter, where no one was around him really. Like someone was kind of like, not around him, and he was already clinching, like he was going to get hit. So, I mean, maybe he's not as amazing. Maybe he is, but is he just scared? He's got no trust or confidence in maybe himself, and his O-line and anything like that. Like he's just scared all the time.
It's got to be an O-line thing. I mean, he's pretty good at buying himself time for the most part. But, I mean, if you're turtling like that, then, chances are he's got some PTSD issues going on.
Well, and he also sailed that one play. He should have hit Thomas wide open, right? Mm-hmm. And he threw an interception.
Yeah, wide open.
Yeah. That was a bad throw.
If Tua did that or anyone, I'd be crushing them.
You would.
So,
for sure. At some point, right? Like at some point, because he got a pass for Urban Meyer because he was so bad, and now everyone's turning on Doug Peterson. But at some point, it's like, Lawrence, man, you're talented, but he's playing like ass.
Yeah.
I heard on the Dan Patrick show this morning, what if Lawrence was in the Giants, and vice versa, and Danny Dimes was down there? Like, how much of a pass do you think he'd get being in a bigger market? He'd get blown up.
Yeah.
True enough. Yeah, Jacksonville does help, doesn't it? True enough. Yeah, he'd get crushed in New York.
Yeah. First coach fired? Do we think it's I think it has to be, right?
Peterson? For sure.
Yeah. Because you can't get rid of Lawrence because he just signed a big contract. So you have to, even if it's not the right thing, you have to do it.
Yeah. Is that 8 in a row now or 9 in a row they've lost?
Something like that. Yeah, I think definitely 8 or 9. They haven't won since week 13, I saw.
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving last year, they haven't won.
Is this Pedersen's second year with them?
I want to say third.
Yeah.
Then, he's on the hot seat for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not a big knowledgeable person about who's a great coach. Or I can see it, but I don't know a lot. But everyone I hear says that Pedersen is the worst coach in the league. So,
how did he win a Super Bowl? I don't understand how that works.
Matt fucking Patricia. That's how. The worst defensive game plan of all time in a playoff game. That's how he won the Super Bowl. Brady put up 600 yards and never punted and lost. God damn it. Malcolm Butler just sitting on the sideline like he had sex with a coach's wife or something the night before the game. Just not even playing.
Blaise already forgot about it.
God damn
He's not worried.
Why did we bring this back up?
Blaise isn't worried about it. Kev, don't worry about it. Let's not talk about it.
So I brought it up. I actually forgot who they played that year.
So that's why. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. Another loser I got, Matt Stafford. The poor guy is playing lights out, and he's just getting decimated across his team.
Yeah.
Oh, the poor guy.
That game was Purdy played awesome too. I thought Purdy played unreal for what he was doing. Oh, and how about the fucking Niners? Just paying a buttload of money to Ayuk, and then Jennings goes off for like 175 yards, 3 tutties. Ayuk had 5 catches for 48 yards.
I love it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Niners losers on their contracts.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you guys see the play at the end? Was there like a lateral play that should have been a penalty or something?
I'm trying to think what it was. Like the long ass lateral play?
Like right at the end of the game, apparently they had a lateral and they had something going on the kick, and then it should have been a penalty apparently.
Oh no!
But like, take this with a grain of salt. I was in Seattle with Binns, who had just watched the Finns just get completely fisted in Seattle, and then Gilly, who's a Niners fan, and we stopped to watch the game-winning field goal as we were walking away from the stadium.
Oh,
and of course he gets on the message boards. He's like, "Oh, there was a penalty," and he's pulling up this play, and he saw this where they had 7 pitches, and they let him get around, and somewhere along the line there was like a block in the back or something.
Oh wow! I thought maybe it was when Ayuk got frickin' nailed on the sideline. I thought it was like a hit to the head or something. He got crushed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Then he came up swinging against the whole sideline.
Oh wow! So that was that was the battle cry. He should have got to kick it from the 20-yard line, or I don't know.
No. If you give up that lead in that way, I mean, you deserve. There's no excuses.
Love it.
But even that game, like McVay against Shanahan, like that's a pretty good rivalry that they got going on. Like I think Shanahan has it like 10-5 or something. But like McVay coming out and winning that game with
nothing,
whatever little bit that they had to be able to play with, like Stafford's unreal, man.
He is. He's so good.
Yeah,
he's just an absolute machine. He just finds ways. He's throwing to like U2 and a tight end. Like seriously, he's
so good at his play fakes. Like they called this one play where he was kind of like looping the same way to hand it off, and he did the same thing, but they ran backside, and like he turns around and he just puts his hands up, so he already knows it's a tutty. It's like I think it was like 6 yards out from the goal line. He's that far ahead. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Especially in this season where quarterback play has been so terrible, it's like you wish that Kupp and Puka were okay, because I'd like to see some half decent quarterback play, and he's one of the 5 to 7 competent in game, every single game in the league. So
yeah. Did you see that trade that Chase Daniels threw out last week after Tua got hurt? It was a 3-way. It was the Rams get the little dude from Carolina that just got benched.
Young, yeah.
And the Dolphins get Stafford, and then someone gets a bunch of draft picks. Carolina
got a bunch of draft picks. Yeah,
Carolina gets I think a second and a third.
I just love how Chase. He's just like, no, LA's given up already. Like they're done.
I know. Now they're 2-1 and tied for the second place in the division.
Mm-hmm.
First place, Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
Well, I'm happy that you went to that game, Blaise, because like I think the Seahawks defense is unbelievable.
They're pretty good. Like
their open field tackling is just it's next level. And this McDonald, he's supposed to be this big defensive guru that it's paying dividends for sure. But
it is. They look good. The Witherspoon, the corner, he's a machine.
Yeah.
Not that they had anybody who could throw the ball anyway, but like the offense doesn't even look towards him. He's good. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see, because they're playing the Lions this week, so like that's going to be the test, I think.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Lions just lost one of their top hoggies though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ragnow, I think torn pec. I thought I saw this morning.
Yeah,
he gone.
What else? I had. I mean that was it. Oh, Joey Bosa, is he ever healthy? I feel like he's never playing.
Not really. Yeah, he misses a lot of football. He misses a lot of football. He's got to be pushing 30 now, though, right? Isn't he?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, I also had Bryce Young as a loser
Hold
because you
on,
brought
hold
up
on.
Bryce Young.
Hold on, which
Oh,
Bosa? Which one are you talking about? Chargers? Bosa? Or
Chargers.
Chargers Bosa. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, he's the older
he's
one.
getting up there.
They're
He's-
both scratches though. Like Nick, I don't think either of them ever really made it through a whole season.
Mm.
No. Niners Bosa is a freaking cyborg though. My God.
Mm.
Yeah.
That guy's ridiculous to watch live.
Yeah.
Just zero personality. Just I get ball.
That seems to work.
Moving into winners, I mean, we talked the Red Rifle. We already kind of mentioned him a little bit, but
Yeah.
only quarterback to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns all season.
For the year. Amazing.
Yeah. And I think if he was on this pace, I mean, obviously he wouldn't throw every single game like this, but if he did, he would be leading the league in touchdowns and yards, like by far and away. Yeah.
So he's the starter for the year then.
Yeah. Has to be.
That'd be the smart play.
Certainly for the foreseeable future. I mean, the coach came out and said after the game, he's like, I got to stand by what I'm saying in front of the locker room. So, the best guys are playing. So it's kind of be pretty hard for him to put that kid back in there now.
Oh, yeah. It's a 9-day different offense. Oh, I mean, the Raiders, that felt like it was going to happen regardless. Like Red Rifle coming in there and just sling it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I went back and forth on him I was like, Andy Dalton, one game he comes in, but then I flipped and flopped. And what I'm thinking is like, I want to look at his record. So he was actually, I know we all know he was kind of legit at some point in Cincinnati, right? But that was fucking a long time. That was like 10 years ago. 12 years ago, he was 10-6. 11 years ago, 11-5. 10-5, 10-3. And then the wheels seem to fall off. But I mean, he can win games, is what I guess I'm saying.
Yeah. Those are decent. Those are some decent years he put together.
And he's 36, which I mean, in this day and age, NFL is like 32. He's not super old like we think it is, but with science and how they take care of their bodies.
Yeah, quarterbacks seem to be getting closer to 40 now.
Mm-hmm. And he's got to be obviously, this goes without saying, but the smartest he's ever been. So the league's completely changed since his first years, right? In 2012, 13 with touching the quarterback. So now he can be a bit of an immobile, distribute the ball. That throw before Jaden Daniels' throw, the throw to Adam Thielen was the throw of the year. Oh my God.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, it was nice.
That was the first pass Adam got all year.
Yeah.
So really? It wouldn't surprise me if that's true, actually.
We talked about Malik Willis, Justin Fields. Oh, that's what it was. I had an encapsulating second chance quarterbacks, which we've already kind of talked about. Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, Malik Willis to a lesser extent, Andy Dalton. So
is if Fields stays healthy, is he comeback player of the year?
Sam Darnold right now.
Yeah, Sammy D.
Oh yeah, I guess Sammy. Yeah,
but you'd be second.
Well, maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, the Achilles.
Yeah, he played 4 snaps last year. Looked a little bit ridiculous on Thursday.
Not Kirk D. Cousins. He's not gonna fall in that.
It doesn't appear as though he's all the way back.
No.
He's playing all right, but still had a chance to make some throws and didn't.
That was a tough loss. I thought they'd pull that one out.
Yeah, you know what? I figured they'd stay close, but to actually that come close to winning, it surprised me. I didn't have that, but they could easily won that game. I mean, throw it up
At home.
You got Pitts, or you got London in the end zone. It's like they ran the exact same play, and he threw it low both times. Throw it up. Give your guy a chance to go and just dunk on somebody.
Let him go get it. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Brian Flores, just to throw more shade on Tua, but the Brian Flores redemption year, just incredible. Yes. The best defense in the league, which, I mean, at least top 3. Unreal.
Yeah, they look good. They just fly around. It's fun to watch.
I don't know what to think about the Vikings because it's just waiting. It's just like an abused husband, or it's just I'm waiting to just get hit by like just really hard. Or when you're sleeping, you're having like the best sleep, ever, and then like all of a sudden you get like whack, like the wife, the lady's arm just whacks you right in the nose. You never get that?
No.
You guys have never had that happen?
No.
Well, moving on. Kickers. Aside from Justin Tucker and Cade York, kickers are just the most valuable asset on earth right now.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe not, but
it's ridiculous. It's they're hitting balls from everywhere.
yeah,
And they're not even coaches aren't even hesitating anymore at 55 yards. Not even hesitating.
No. Well, that kid from Dallas, he's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He hit 65-yarder?
Yeah.
See their best player.
Yeah.
He's their best player. Yeah. 100%.
He is their best player.
He's probably the leading point getter.
Yeah.
Definitely. And when is fantasy football going to make it 6 points for a 60-yarder? Let's go here. Can't be a 5. We're gonna go. Oh, really? Like
we actually do decimal points, so it's like point.
Oh, 6.5.
1 for every. So like a 23-yarder. Oh no, you can't go under 3. So like a 31-yarder is 3.1. The 44-yarder is 4.4. So kickers are actually putting up massive numbers.
Yeah,
it's a huge fail.
Well, I guess maybe Yahoo it is decimal as well. On ESPN, I don't think it is. Okay. Yeah, well, that's good then.
My league was trying to banish kickers. I was like, no, other people do. You gotta, like Rich says, you keep them. Yeah. They're valuable.
It's ridiculous the ones that do that. People, that's overthinking the game a little bit. Like, come on, let the kickers play.
Yeah,
they're on the team.
They're putting on a show. They're all over the league. They're just putting on a show every single week. It's nuts.
Yeah.
They're more clutch than an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
If you're listening Yahoo and ESPN, you are not doing decimal points. So a 3 is a 3, a 4 is a 4, a 5 is a 5, or 50 is a 5. And there's no 6. So fucking get on it, ESPN Yahoo.
Clean it up.
Add 7 while you're at it.
Yeah. I even think I've said this for years, that there should be an extra point for kickers who kick a game-winning field goal in the last 3 to 5 seconds, whatever time frame that is. But
yeah,
should get an extra clutch kicking point.
Clutch point.
Same thing for a receiver who gets a first down catch.
Yeah,
or
maybe an extra 0.1.
Running back for a first down run.
I like that.
Right? Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of these boring leagues that are just all the same. Speaking of, my fantasy team went off. Nice week.
Really?
Nice week. Yeah, nice week for the team. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you survive in that guillotine league, Fraser? I think Benny was dead last, hey?
Yeah, me and you were second last. I was third.
I know, that team not so good, but
no.
It was a tough day. You watched the Finns get worked live, and he was like just getting crushed in guillotine. It was tough.
Yeah.
The bottle of wine he bought afterwards at the restaurant did not stand a chance. Home with him. We were back at the hotel, and he was still working on that thing. He was not going to bed till it was done.
I almost put it in the group chat, but I just don't like to talk in the guillotine group chat about other teams because I feel like it's like karma will come back around. I'm just waiting for, that was funny, Fraser. See you later when you're kicked out.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask if they had red wine at Qualcomm Stadium or wherever the Seahawks were, because he was probably going after it.
Yeah, he had a couple for sure. He was not having the best day, but we had a good weekend nonetheless.
I had some guillotine sweats there last night as well. There's 4 of us. We were all within half a point from each other for last. And then my boy Ray Davis came through at the last second last night.
Ray Davis?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's where I'm at. We have 24 teams. Like, that's where I'm like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was rough. So I bounced up. Some garbage points.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Fraser, I got some good stuff when you get to the other winner that you skipped by here.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Just watching live, the dude is an absolute mountain. Like, it's comical when Calais Campbell walks onto the field.
Yeah.
Like,
I have him
so
up here.
Funny. It's so awesome. You just watch it, just like, man, those linemen are all huge. And then it's like, he's just a different species. It's so hilarious. And he still goes, man. He still goes.
Right now, he's 25th in sacks, top 25. And he's ahead of people like Joey Bosa, Matthew Judon, Daniel Hunter, Myles Garrett, DeMarcus Lawrence, Trayvon Walker, and the list goes on and on. Calais Campbell is an animal. I think I sent it to you, Blaise. He's got a sack in 3 different decades.
Yeah.
which just sounds crazy.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good feat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And then his longevity is so incredible. I'm about to send this in the group chat, but he sacked 24-year-old Trevor Lawrence this year. And he's also intercepted Peyton Manning, who is now 48 years old.
Jesus.
So he's like, if only Trevor Lawrence was like incredible right now, that'd be, if he was the way he's supposed to be.
That'd be
Imagine.
a cool sack. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Peyton Manning did tackle him on the interception, so that might be Peyton Manning's only tackle in his whole life. But
That's a tough look.
That's Clay's down spot, the only down spot on his resume.
Honestly, like I'd watch him quite often when he was out, on Sunday, and there's probably at least 3 other times they could have called holds. Like the linemen are just holding on for dear life if he gets even a step on him. It was he gets mugged. I think they did call one, and but they certainly could have called more. It was hilarious. Yeah, it's nuts that he's 38 and still doing that on the D line.
He was like pushing me one time. I've told the story a billion times, but not on the podcast. There's more to the story, but the quick one is like we're pushing each other back and forth, just bullshitting. And I was like, "Do that again, Clay." I swear to fucking God, obviously joking. And he pushed me, and I flew back 10 feet. And then he kind of turned his back on me, and I took like 3, like not hard because you don't want to, not like I could tear his ACL, but you got to be careful, not do anything too crazy. But I went as hard, safe as I could, and I hit him like high in the thigh with my shoulder, and I just fucking dropped like a ton of bricks. So I was like, "What the fuck is this guy made out of?"
It's nuts. It's nuts. It's so good.
Yeah, and
I tried to get him to turn on you on Twitter on the Twitter machine last night too. He texted, he put on there, Jaden Daniels can play, and I was like, "Tell your boy, LeVay." And I don't know if I got any nibbles on that yet, but I wanted him to get after you a little bit.
We were in the group chat. He's all on Jaden Daniels, saying he's the truth and he's the next everything.
Yeah.
He's also Clay's 30th now all time in sacks. So he's ahead of names like Warren Sapp, Elvis Dumervil, Carlos Dunlap, Joey Porter, Ryan Kerrigan. Obviously, he can keep on going on. So that's kind of crazy. And then I want to say it's his like
playing. It's like the Tom Brady effect. You can just keep playing, just keep padding the stats.
Yeah, for sure. Love to see him get a ring. Too bad it's not going to happen this year.
No. I wish he would have consulted me and read my articles before he chose to go to Miami, but I feel like it was a family decision since he lives in Miami now. And
yeah.
Kids are going to school there.
Yeah. No state tax.
Yeah. And his diet, because I want to say he must have an amazing diet, and I'm sure it's changed since back in our younger days, but every pre-game day, he was eating a whole bag of marshmallows. So it's not like he was some super great diet guy, or maybe those are the key. Who knows, right? Like maybe.
Did you ever explain why?
No, he just loved marshmallows. Like I was like, I'd be at his house on Saturdays. We'd be hanging out Saturday watching college football. He'd just be crushing like bags of marshmallows. I'm like, Blaise, you're a professional athlete. Are you sure you should be doing this? Like, I'm not even doing this, and I've got a Sunday league soccer game tomorrow.
Yeah. I think he's one of those guys that doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Then you're just like when you're basically just a walking condominium complex. Like I don't know if it matters.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. But yeah. So, anyways, hats off, Clay. Incredible. Hopefully, he has one more. I mean, if he's playing at this level, you got to play another year.
Absolutely.
Keep on going until you're not top 70 in the league, even top 80. He's right now. He's top 25. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not even, like I said, it's not even just the sacks. He's just disrupts the whole time. Every time I watched him on Sunday, he was just causing a ruckus. And
then we didn't even talk, but like he's the best leader in the league. I mean, he's top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever it is. But he's always a captain, always the best, taking guys under his wing. It's crazy not to keep on going with Clay stories, but so we've hung out a few times in the offseason recently, and I had a flag football tournament I was throwing, and what's his name from the Ravens just signed a huge contract on the defensive line.
Matabuke.
McQueen?
Matabuke. So Matabuke comes out. He's playing linebacker or lineman in our flag tournament. And he's looking back at me, asking me, what should I do? I was like, dude, you're like an NFL player. What are you doing asking me questions, number one? But he was someone Clay's put under his wing, and he wasn't really, a massive player coming out.
Yeah.
Takes off. Josh Allen. I was playing defensive Josh Allen. We changed his name to whatever it is now. The defensive end previously known as Josh Allen.
Okay.
Playing laser tag, but that was another guy in the offseason that Clay like put under his arm over and hung out because they're, Jacksonville, taking off. So really, whoever Clay takes in his little summer boot camp, it turns into just a machine.
Yeah, just as clear pro, right? Like he just
100%.
Like that's pretty stand up.
100%. And just in case, like any of the Dolphins or Ravens execs are watching this, it was actually like just a virtual football tournament that they were playing. They weren't.
Exactly. A virtual
these guys out there playing real football. It was
a Madden tournament.
Yeah.
Playing Madden.
Yes. So
exactly. And then last thing, it was cool playing with Josh Allen. We're playing laser tag. What did I say? Something before? Did I say flag? I meant we're playing laser tag. So me, Clay, and Josh Allen are on a team, and we lost the first game to like some wieners who are on the other side. So they're looking after we lose the first game on like the big screen, and they're literally like taking this the most passionate you can take laser tag. Like, okay, we're going here. Like they just took over leadership, and I think we all know like I'm a pretty takeover leadership type of person. Like it wasn't even, it's a whole level, like these kind of athletes, how they just are so dialed into winning and taking that shit seriously and competitiveness. It was outrageous. I'm like, we're playing fucking laser tag, and these guys are full on game plans.
Yeah.
Were you guys playing like capture the flag or something, or was it like just?
It was just laser tag, like get most points. Yeah, no. There's a bunch of 7-year-olds. We fucking beat their ass the second game.
It happens. Hey, by the
I'd
way,
watch that. I would pay to watch that.
Calais picks up one of the 7-year-olds and just holds him. Brett Favre, Parkinson's? Brett Favre, Parkinson's?
That's it. No, actual breaking news, like NFL stuff. Adam Thielen to the IR.
Oh,
just
my
talked
God.
about him. Yeah.
Oh, because the hammy?
Yeah. Expected to come back sooner rather than later, says Rap Sheet. No free ads, but he is going to IR.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. He's done then. He's getting up there.
Tough.
What a way to go out. He had a good game.
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's gone out, Backer. Like, it's just a hamstring. He's not dead.
He's gone.
I hope not.
Kev's rating him out.
Yeah.
Before we move on to picks, any other winners, losers, big ones, or recap thoughts from week 3?
I think I'm ready to do some picks. I'm sure there are some out there, but like.
Yeah, we'll remember come pick time.
Oh, yeah, losers. Anyone who had to watch that Indianapolis-Chicago game. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you think they make a quarterback change there? In Indy? No?
Not yet. Fraser's going to love this stat. So, Anthony Richardson has thrown 73 passes this year. And he's completed, I think it was 34 or 35, so not a great percentage. But if you add in the ones he threw to the other team, he has 6 picks on 73 passes.
Oh my gosh.
6 pick, like that's and yeah, I think it was 36 that he's completed. So essentially, like 1 out of every 5 or 6 passes he throws is to the wrong color jersey. Like, maybe
he's terrible.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, maybe he's colorblind, because that's tough. 73 passes is all that he's thrown, and 6 of them have gone to the wrong team.
I'm glad you brought it up because I had it down as a loser as well. I just felt bad for piling on, but fuck it, here we go. A loser I've got is Indianapolis Colts fans because he's kind of doing. It's even in the some articles I was reading that they're excited about his big throws. So it's kind of like he's just dragging them along, like, oh, the talent's there. Oh, maybe, And it's like, no, the talent is not there. Last year, as I've said a million times, he was last. He was 49th in completion percentage. This year, again, he's dead last in completion percentage for any quarterback who started a game. He is behind Drake May, Tim Boyle, Bryce Young, Deshaun Watson, Davis Mills, Daniel Jones, Skylar Thompson, and literally everyone else in the league. Like, it is so bad. He can't throw to save his life. And they keep on saying, oh, he's young, which actually is random. I guess he's still one of the youngest quarterbacks in the league. or the youngest, I think. But
Yeah.
so they're giving him like these excuses. So the Colts fans are like, "Oh yeah, give him 2-3 more years, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna come together."
He's
Colts
this generation's DeMarcus Russell. Like, at least DeMarcus Russell had good stats in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I love it.
Yeah, tough. I thought you'd like that one. So glad I saved
did.
that one for the end for you.
Thank you. All right. Into picks. There's a few. I just quickly breeze over a few that look really hard because they're such. Who fucking
Really hard.
knows? Yeah, the Cowboys -4.5 for the Giants.
Ooh.
This dropped quite a bit. It opened at 7 for the Cowboys, and it actually dropped down to 4.5.
Oh,
Yeah, like preseason. So that's like significant drop.
So, like I mentioned before, these division games, like I think I wonder if it started there and then it's gone down because the Giants have been playing well lately. But when you look at it, have the Cowboys not just murdered them like the last handful of years that they played? Like, don't they just curb stomp the Giants all the time?
Yeah.
Even though the Giants have played better the last 2 weeks, don't they just own them?
Yeah. That's what makes it so damn hard. It's like,
yeah.
It's funny though. I've been nailing my locks of the week for any game that's like any game that's within 3 points. But these ones that are fucking like -4, -7 with random teams that are playing the Cowboys, they could literally beat them by 20 or they could lose by 3.
Yeah. True enough. I'm sticking with that trend. They've curb stomped them. I'm sticking with it. It's something that gets into guys' heads.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
So they really don't have anybody who can deal with neighbors, do they?
No. And surprisingly, a good season so far is Singletary. Singletary's been playing real well.
He's killing me. I've been riding him on my bench all year long, and I'm like, why don't I just put this guy in? I don't understand. He's putting up points. He's like 12, averaging 12 points a week, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
He's like one of those sneaky, solid guys. He's like, what's his name? That was the Chargers wide receiver forever, Keenan Allen. Kind of like that. Like you don't think to put him in, but he'll help you just win the game. He's consistent, 12, 15 points.
He's there if I get injuries, but no, I think I'm actually going to start this guy.
Yeah,
ride him out.
I think only because I've gotten every single Thursday wrong. This is where you get fucked by betting. Is where you start getting things wrong, and then you don't trust yourself, and you start zagging, and now you're just in a clusterfuck. But I was just gonna zag and go Giants just to win the game because Thursday games are always fucking crapshoots. But I guess they're not because the Jets. I should have known better.
I think because it's a short week, you have to side on the running game. Like who's got a better running game? Like you got to think like. The offensive play calling is going to be condensed or whatever, right? So the Giants' defense, they're not all that solid either, right? So
no.
Yeah,
no. I'm sticking with they've crushed them lately. They're going to keep crushing them.
Fraser picked the Giants. I'm going Cowboys.
Ooh, all right,
fade skis.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, this is a complete stay away, but I just and I've gotten I think every Thursday game wrong. Oh, I got one right, but the rest wrong.
Hence why I'm fading your picks.
Yeah, that's fair. Very fair. Steelers. This is a lock of the week. This seems almost knock on wood, but this seems really weird. But I'm going to go put $100 on it right now. Steelers -2.5 over the Colts. What am I missing here? The best defense in the league. The worst run defense in the league, the worst quarterback, top 3 worst quarterback in the league. I feel like this could murder me, but what? How is this only 2.5?
I think it's injuries. Steelers are out three hoggies, and both running backs I think are hurt. But classic Pittsburgh, right? They'll just have another running back that they'll bring in that'll churn out like 78 yards, and Fields is going to run for 40 to 50. I'm with you. I like it's just got to be the injuries thing because I can't imagine Richardson completing too many passes to the correct. Like he's going to have a serious case of colorblindness again. If I had to guess on Sunday.
Load the box so they can't run and make him throw. And Pittsburgh's backs are awesome. So
I don't even think they need to load the box.
Here we go. Fitzgerald might even have 2 INTs here this week.
Fitzgerald Oh, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Not Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Fitz. You always just
Fitz.
say abbreviations because then you can't get it wrong.
Oh, that's
Valley,
tough.
Tila. Yeah, this one I'm gonna send this to my little bookie, but Steelers and then a parlay, an interception for at least one for what's his dick, Richardson.
Yeah.
And then I think this is a Fields breakout game just because of how bad the Colts defense is. Over rushing, over passing. I think he's a fantasy start of the week, and I need him to be for my guillotine league.
Whoa. Fantasy start of the week to the guy that has no running backs and no hoggies.
Yep. That's it. Fantasy start of the week.
Okay. I'm not
all right. Looks like we're all the Steelers there.
Yeah.
Next game. Ooh, this is impossible. Packers Vikings. This is incredible because I've been on the Packers as my main lock of the week last 2 weeks because they're underdogs, which they're playing shitty teams. But now Vegas has finally caught up and they're making them favorites against arguably the best top 3 team in the league right now.
They must think Jordan Love's coming back.
I heard he's on the track to start, but
that can be the only logic. There's the way that defense has been playing and confusing people, and it's Malik Willis. They've got to be thinking that Jordan Love's playing.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
the Vikings D is going to shut down the run, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know what can LaFleur package up here this week that can pull a rabbit out of his ass.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a bit of a toss-up versus like the -2.5 is weird. I couldn't tell you against the spread what I would do, but I would take just the Vikings money line just for the extra juice. Like if I was going to bet it.
Well, then you might as well take the points.
Yeah. All right. I think I'll go the Vikings. I also want to reverse jinx it. Like I didn't do it last year, Blaise. I ended up because the last week I think I said on the podcast I was going to emotional hedge and I was going to take the Texans because then if the Vikings won, I was happy. But I didn't do it in my article. I just know the Vikings are going to win. So maybe I broke the curse if I can pick the Vikings correct and not have to emotional hedge anymore. So I guess I will go the Vikings.
Good on you.
Good. I guess maybe the injury too, but to Darnold could maybe be sprinkled into this a little bit if they don't know what's going on. But
who's Darnold's backup?
Nick Mullen, I think.
Ooh,
Nicky Mullins.
Yeah.
Oh,
serviceable.
Did not know he was still in the league.
He sure is.
I like how the Vikings have the best. Well, compared to the Dolphins, anyways. Just next man up is way better than what they got going on.
We've got perennial backups all in starting positions.
Right. That's all just coaching.
Mm-hmm.
He just makes it look easy for them.
Yeah, and it's crazy that we were talking about the second chance quarterbacks. It's like how many of these, and can we go back in history of the last 5-10 years, how many second chance quarterbacks it's just they started on a shit team and now they're on a good team and they're doing all right.
Situational. It's all like Blaise saying coaching. Like if you got good coaching and patience, you're going to do just fine.
Yeah, good play calling.
Texans 6.5 point favorites over the Jaguars. I gotta cut the cord, Trevor. I'm sorry, I'm benching you in all my fantasy. I'm taking you off the website until you prove otherwise. We're gonna pretend my stats about Trevor Lawrence being 24 and amazing and everything else. That never happened. You're gone, Trevor.
You're gone.
You're cutting the Trevor Bank Stadium out of your life, and
yeah. Until Peterson's gone, then Fraser will welcome him back.
Exactly. It's all Peterson's fault.
Just like it was all Urban Meyer's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Urban seemed like a good time, actually. I would have way rather had Urban still around.
That seems like a big number.
It is.
Especially coming off a loss.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
We're doing the Bill Simmons Blaze where we trash the Jaguars. They're terrible. You know what? It's a lot of points. It's Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence on the road in 50-degree weather is 7-6.
Clicked in Texans.
I find it hard when you have big point spreads like that with division rivals.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
Yeah,
but Houston's also got to bounce back. They got worked last week and they gotta kind of keep their lead.
Yeah,
I'd take the points.
short weeks, I guess, for the Jags a little bit.
Yeah.
Saints Falcons. Falcons. Yeah. Falcons 2-point favorites. That seems weird. That's another lock of the week. I'm taking the Saints all day.
Oh, not me. They're frauds.
No.
Did you watch any of that game Sunday? They are frauds.
But the Falcons are frauds. I feel like they're both frauds, but at least the Saints are better frauds.
The Falcons beat the Eagles, and then they were like one play away from beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Saints are
They're calling, like, for that game, like, Fangio's defense play calling was like when he was with the Broncos against Dallas, when Dallas was ripping it up, and then he played that certain, I can't remember what it was called, but he basically just held Dallas, and everybody else used that template for the rest of the year and just basically snuffed Dallas out. I feel like he did the same thing against the Saints here, like just completely showed a template on how to manage them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both frauds. I'm still taking.
I just stunned Blaise there. Look at him.
Blaise got a little frozen. That could just be. I think his is still going fine, but
I thought that was a hot take.
There we go.
Just stun him.
I was gone for a while there.
Yeah, you're good. All right. Well, moving on, we'll go Rams Bears. Ooh, another. So I've got. Wow. What do I have the other lock of the week? Well, this is the lock of the week. Rams Bears are favored 2.5 points. Insane.
I'm okay with this one. I think the Rams going to turf or like to grass. I mean, it's just it's a hard game for an indoor team to go to.
Yeah.
The Bears are getting
a thing. Did you read that somewhere? Are you making this up? I've never heard this. I get it. Like, obviously they're a little bit. Like, I get it if it was the Rams, like the greatest show on turf Rams, and it's the Super Bowl, and they're playing on like grass. I totally get it, but it's fucking the Bears, Kev. It's what are we doing here? That's the reason.
Bears at home. I think. Yeah, I think that's a reason. Yeah, I do. Okay. I feel the way that the Rams play between like their play calling and all that good jazz. You can't get away with some of the play calls on grass compared to turf.
Huh.
I would say maybe the injuries I would give you, but I'm not giving grass.
That sounds like something I'm just going to fade just because I'm not sure. Rams.
That's fine. I'm big on the Rams too. I just think it's a tough spot.
Kyron Williams just scores touchdowns all the time, and Caleb Williams does not. So
plus coming off a big high of a win. I know it's quite compared to college, but I mean that's a big win that they had against the 49ers, and then you get a low going to the Bears, and you think you've already won this game rolling in.
I get where you're going with it, Kev, but I still just want to shit on it. So Kev is saying the grass and getting too happy, or why the Rams are going to lose to the worst team in the league.
The opposite of every stoner ever.
Just saying, they're not that far apart, though. They're not that far apart. If you look at power rankings and stuff, I think they're right where they're at.
There's a lot
play
of
calling for sure.
Would disagree. They're saying no, grass actually makes me really happy.
Yeah, but you heard it first.
I love it. All right.
Yeah, I have to plug my computer in, or I'm going to die.
I hope for.
See you, Kev.
All right. I hope to God, Blaise, that Kev isn't right on this because we'll never hear the end of it. Oh, they're playing on grass and
remember that time that they moved the game to grass and all hell broke loose for the poor Rams?
Exactly.
The other thing too, like
Scott Turf C guy.
They do it for kickers, right? It's no different.
Stafford's played in Chicago dozens of times, right? Not dozens of times. We played with Detroit.
Come prepared, Backer. Jesus.
Well, once you're settled, I'll move on to the next. I can edit that part out.
I'm good. Sorry, fellas.
You're settled? Oh, you're good.
Bengals, Panthers.
Bengals, Panthers.
Revenge game. Red Rifle is back against the Bengals.
Ooh, and the Bengals
trying
are
to
shit.
Send them to 0-4. Not happening.
Why are the Bengals so bad?
Their defense.
Wasn't someone saying in week against the Chiefs that their defense was good for a minute?
You know what, though? I think that's for years, like for 4 years now, their defense knows how to play the Chiefs somehow. Because the other 2 games they played, they've been shit. They lost to the Patriots. It's like they and ran at will. And then last night, like they couldn't even slow Daniels down at all.
No,
They got one bit of pressure from
they made Daniels
Henderson, and they couldn't cover anybody. It's like they'd never seen a tight end before. Like, Backer is 50, and he was just running around all over the place with the football. Yeah, they're bad. They're the Bungles, but they're not going to 0-4. They just have like it might be where Burrow has to throw for like 300 yards just to Chase and Higgins, right? Just, we gotta win.
It's got to be a shootout. Like they got to be able to like score. Well, last night was the first night in NFL history that there was no turnovers or punts.
Yeah,
in that game.
Wow, there's no punts in that game.
Not one.
That's incredible.
It's fun to watch. It was good. It's probably the most enjoyable game of the year, I would say.
I had it on the smaller screen because I had too much Trevor Lawrence stock, so I had Lawrence on the big screen.
Good Lord, that game was over at halftime.
I did torture myself. I needed the points. I needed it for my take to be like, you know what? Maybe he had a bad half, and he brings it back around. And then I was like, oh.
Garbage fantasy time.
I was the same. I had Jasicki. I needed him to do something, but then also my boy Ray Davis there. He lit it up for me in the fourth.
Right.
So I had to switch it over.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, and I was hoping the Bengals are so shit. I was hoping my Jaden Daniels take was still alive because up until that last throw, you could have been like, people are running wide open. The Bengals defense is terrible. But then he threw one of the passes of the year, so it's a little tough to stand on that one.
On McLaurin,
I'm going to go Red Rifle because the Bengals look so shit. At least to cover, I'm going Red Rifle revenge game.
I think the Bengals win this one.
Okay.
Higgy's back. They got that other kid that I don't even know how to say his last name. Number 80.
Boss. Yoshi.
Yoshi?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to call him Yoshi.
It's easier than Yoshi Boss.
Yeah. That kid's unreal. He's like a Boyd, kind of filling that Boyd role that left for him last year. So
born in Japan, they said last night. And
really?
Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, not Latin American, Kev. Thanks for that.
Yeah. He's not my Pedro.
No, he's definitely not.
No. That Mexican Ichavas, he sounds like a good player. The fuck, Kev?
Oh, I thought it was Spanish. I didn't actually hear it.
Yeah, Kevin's never done good with this. We're in a hotel in Chicago. Or no, we're in an Uber in Chicago. And we get in, and it's me, Yao. Yao's black, Kev's white. I'm whatever I am. And the driver's whatever he is. And he's definitely not Spanish. And Kev's like, oh no, he goes, what's up, homie? And the guy's like, what? And he's like, homie. He's like, no, he didn't understand. I think he was like Middle Eastern or something. And he goes, I don't know what this is. And Kev's like, homie, like, and we're like, he's not black, Kev. And he, not like only homie, people understand that, but he's trying to, he's like, like my padre, Oh, and I was like, that means father. He meant to say like, I think his friend.
Tough go in the cab.
So Kev's never been much of a, generational.
Smooth talker.
Not generational.
No.
Yeah.
No.
International. Eagles, Bucks. Eagles 2.5 favorites over the Bucks. This is a tough one.
They're both hurt.
They are. And Bucks beat them last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And then the Bucks look like fucking terrible
They did look like dogs.
Well, they're missing their two best interior guys, and like they were saying that was like a lock for sure because there's no run defense right now, and I don't know if their safety is coming back or not, but that's
Winfield.
Yeah, Winfield. Yeah.
Not a good team to not be able to stop the run against. Saquon looks like a superhuman right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the offensive line for the
Eagles are
a little banged up, but it doesn't matter. They're so strong already. Like they can lose a couple guys and still have one of the best lines in the league.
Have they said how long Lane Johnson's out? Does that come out at all?
No, but concussion protocol. So that's usually you're gone the next week if you're in the protocol. Same with like Dotson could be their number one receiver. Geez, that game might be dog breakfast up.
Low.
They gotta just
Bet the
get
under
that-
on
Does
that
that
one.
mean good or does dog's breakfast mean good or bad? Because I know you love dogs and dogs love breakfast.
I do, but like I wouldn't eat their breakfast.
Okay, all right. So it's
Good point.
to us
Yeah.
eating the breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I know to you would love just watch your dogs just eat breakfast and just be happy
Yeah.
that they're happy. So I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Just hanging out. Just hanging
Yeah.
out with them.
All right.
Yeah.
Broncos Jets. Also, we forgot to sprinkle in Bo Nix a little bit of credit as a winner, especially against the Bucks. It's not like it was a shitty team. He looked
Yeah.
half decent.
He actually played
but yeah,
against superior defense like the Seahawks and Steelers.
Yeah, he played all right. So they are 7-point dogs to the Jets. This is another tough.
That's
A lot of points.
lot. Golly.
Jets
What
off.
about the Bucks?
Jets are off a mini bye.
Oh, right. Rogers looked
Is this
ridiculous
guy-
on Tuesday. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
made
did.
some unbelievable throws.
Mhm.
Much to my chagrin.
You know what this is for me? This is a PS2 against Sauce Gardner head to head. Who's better? Because I'm tired of them like putting them in the same conversation. PS2 is going to lock down Wilson, and then our little Riley Moss is going to lock down Lazard, and we're going to lose by 3.
Hey, how little is he? Because Lazard's a big dude.
He's pretty small,
Yeah.
but he's a dog though. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Only white cornerback in the league, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Bring
wow.
it back.
Like that.
No, isn't that dude the Eagles drafted? Isn't there 2 now?
I think he's
Oh,
playing
maybe.
it, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dressed.
Oh, okay.
Riley's our number 2 guy.
Was-
God, that's
Yeah.
a tough pick, man. I don't know what to do there.
I saw a stat, Sauce Gardner doesn't have an interception in something like 80 games or something crazy. Maybe not 80.
PSG doesn't really
a
get
lot
him
of
either. He
games.
just locks him down. Like
Yeah.
his 3 games, he's had less than 30 yards against the guy. He's the number 1 guy on the other team.
Yeah.
He locked down Mike Evans. He locked down Metcalf. He locked down.
He got lit up by someone because I had him in fantasy last week. Oh, George Pickens did really well. He didn't lock
Pickens
him down.
did well.
but yeah.
Pickens had one really good catch, but it was called back on a penalty, and then I think he had like
To him.
30.
And then I think Surtain had 2 PIs against Pickens. But yeah. Overall he's
Yeah,
doing
that was a tough one. Yeah,
well. I'm gonna go Jets.
Jets win this one at home.
But we're against the spread, 7 points. I'm still taking the Jets. I think the Broncos,
Point good points.
until they prove it to me twice, I'm gonna give
Well,
Jets.
Nice. All right.
Get burnt
Yeah.
twice then.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Connie's cards. There's going to be some
Right?
quarterbacks flying around in that game.
This could
It's too
be
bad he moved. That'd be a good
I
game
know.
to go to, actually.
yeah.
I think
The,
it could be entertaining.
Jaden back home.
Oh, right. He's from around there, isn't
Yeah.
he? Went to ASU.
Yeah. Is he from there? I think he just
I
went to
don't know.
ASU.
Well, he played for Arizona, didn't he? State.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from,
Okay.
but he played at ASU.
Yeah. Arizona doesn't have a lot of black people, so I find it hard to believe that we have Jaden Daniels is from Arizona.
Arizona doesn't have a lot of black people?
Soccer
Really?
players, though.
Oh.
No, it's very minimal.
They got a lot of
Hispanics.
Japanese people with Spanish back last names.
Oh,
Yeah. Aishi Vivas.
Yeah.
Kev just made
Yoshi.
it up. We don't have much.
Yoshi. Yoshi Vivas.
Yeah. Too tough one. I think I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing with Knicks. That Daniels has to prove it to me a second time, so I'm gonna go Kyler 3.5. Although I think it could be a 3-point game, right?
That's a lot of points. I'm taking the points.
Okay. Ooh, the mighty have fallen. 9.5 favorites, the Niners over the Patriots.
Ugh. I got 10.5 on my pool.
Ooh.
Why do they think it's going to be such a blowout?
Did you watch the Patriots?
Mostly because we don't have an O-line.
Mhm.
Like at all.
Or wide receivers.
No, there's a couple pieces there that are okay. But
Hmm.
it doesn't much matter if you literally don't get a chance to throw it to them.
But you guys have a pass rush, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the defense is all right. Everyone was talking about after the first 2 weeks how great they were, but they weren't really very good against Seattle, even though they lost in overtime like they did.
Yeah.
The secondary got shredded.
Seattle just wasn't scoring.
Gonzalez is a dude, right? Gonzalez is a dude, but he takes out Ayuk, and then Jennings runs wild. So
Jennings the wild card on that one.
That's going to be a tough one. Haven't traditionally done well against the Niners. So, I mean, I got to take them because they're my team, and they get 10.5 points. But I'm not going to be like overly excited about watching most of that game. But
all right, where LSU is wide receiver U, are the Patriots the opposite in the NFL, like the worst wide receivers of all time? I mean, just saying, and I'm even saying without Brady, Julian Edelman isn't Julian Edelman. Like really, aside from Randy Moss, they haven't had a good receiver in 30 years. Like they've had the worst receiving group in 30 years.
Troy
Obviously,
Brown
Brady makes everyone better.
Renown, he was money. David Givens back in the day. It's been a little lean lately, though. But it's mostly just bad luck, or maybe bad draft picks. Like when we drafted N'Keal Harry, like a handful.
Who did they pass up to get him again? There was
AJ Brown, DK Metcalf. They went like 10 picks later, and then the third round, McLaurin, Tyreek Hill. Although we don't want clowns like that in our organization. It was tough. And AJ Brown apparently cried on draft day because he thought he was going to the Patriots and he didn't. So that's glad we didn't take him. Like he basically told the team, like, please draft me. And like, Brady was still there. Like he may have never left if he would have had Brown or Metcalf.
Yeah.
And it would have been 8
Did you see that picture of Metcalf and Brown, like with their shirts off, like working out or whatever? And then we're like, how do these guys not just get right at the top of the draft board? Like they were freaks of nature.
Yeah. Apparently Bill didn't see the picture because he took N'Keal Harry instead.
Yeah. Bill doesn't look at pictures, and then Carroll is taking his shirt off, comparing to Metcalf in their pre-draft meetings.
God damn it. Just a franchise busting move, really. Like, honestly, if they draft either one of those two guys, I don't know that Brady leaves.
I don't think he does.
Right. Gronk stays. Edelman maybe he keeps playing. Like
they could have groomed another Edelman.
Please, why do we keep on bringing this shit up? Poor Blaise.
You want to bring up the 18-0 season 2?
No,
do that.
No. Now I need another 10.
Hopefully, there's no TV remotes or phones in that room. All right, Cleveland Browns, Raiders. What a shithole game. Raiders favored by 1 point.
Flip a coin, really. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Neither team has an identity. Right? Like, neither team do it. Now, Pierce is talking about maybe a quarterback change again. Like, that guy can't stick with a decision. I don't know, man. That's, I guess, take the home team.
What happened to the Browns defense? Like, I thought Schwartz, like, this whole, like, Garrett is MIA. They had some dogs last year, and I don't know what the hell happened this year.
They did. They seem not as good.
And like,
how's their line? Because that's the one thing that the Raiders at least have had for a couple of the games this year is their D line is still solid. But
could this just be a Brock Bowers game, and then it's just all suddenly just him going for 175 yards?
Maybe. I don't know. What a mess.
Yeah, the Devontae Adams is definitely demanding a trade before the end of the season.
I'm thinking he does it weekly, if I had to guess. Like
daily.
Yeah. Can you trade me, please? Home team. I'm just going home team there because I really have no idea who's going to win that game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll do that.
Well, the Browns had a defense. Defense travels, but yeah, you got to go Raiders.
Yeah.
Whoa,
speaking of the NFL sucking for fans, just with terrible quarterback play, I guess it's been fun storylines because it's been chaos.
Yeah.
But Justin Herbert being hurt, another kick to the nuts for fans because this game could have been amazing.
Yeah, it should be.
Chiefs minus 7.5. Yeah. I don't know because he took himself out of the game last week.
Like, obviously, that spread tells you Vegas doesn't think he's playing.
Mhm.
He walked out with a boot. I'm guessing not.
Yeah. That's too bad because that team is kind of built to play against the Chiefs, right?
Mhm.
If he's there, throw it a little bit, run the ball. But yeah,
We're gonna have to put the hockey player in. Easton
Oh, it was
Stick.
Heineke.
Is it Heineke?
Oh yeah, Heineke.
Heineke
Yeah.
played, right?
That's okay then.
Yeah. 7.5
Um,
points. Chiefs haven't beat anybody by that much.
Yeah, that's true. And then Harbaugh's had a cool stat where he's always beat the big dog on campus each year. So like when he was with the Niners, he knocked off the Seahawks.
Yeah.
In Michigan, he knocked off Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's just on and
After
on.
7 years.
So it would have been nice if Herbert was playing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think as much as Herbert too, I think both tackles are banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, both tackles are banged up. The James there, their safety is suspended for this game.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for that
got
hit.
suspended.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Joey Bosa probably out.
Yikes.
This is Chiefs. This could be even bigger than 7.
Might be. Damn it.
But to Blaise's point, they haven't beat anyone by much.
Yeah.
Well,
0 home field advantage. Like,
this is what they're playing in LA. This is like their second home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys see it? Like even the Rams, like they just let anybody in there. Like there's no home advantage for any fucking LA team.
That's what I mean. Yeah, 0 home field advantage for the Chargers. So.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said home advantage.
No, 0. So I don't know. I think that game you got to just wait till like Friday, Saturday before you even think about making a pick because who's playing? Who's playing for the Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
If Herbert plays and that's that lines, or you lock it in now and Herbert plays, you're in good shape. But
yeah. Yeah, actually, it wouldn't be bad just to lock it in now because either way, Vegas is saying 7.5, so maybe you still have a chance. But then if Herbert's in, you've got a huge chance. So
yeah, you have a good chance.
Yeah. Oh, finally a fucking good game. Ravens Bills. Ravens 2.5. Ooh, I think I gotta go lock of the week. The stud I said from the start, Josh Allen. I don't think he's losing.
Why did they give the Ravens the favorite here? Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah, Ravens are favored.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking Josh Allen even more.
You know what? That's Vegas saying Ravens can't go 1-3. Lamar is going to have to Lamar, and that game is good. There are going to be some fireworks in that game. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
They looked so good last night. They looked incredible.
They did. They looked ridiculous.
Did you hear Josh Allen? He was like, "Yeah, it's nice to play in a game where you don't have to worry about somebody figuring out their stats or whatever. Like basically just throwing shade to Diggs."
Oh, Diggs, good. I love it. Good.
So he's playing loose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's loving his new boy Tupac Shakur. Love that.
Yeah.
Guy. Nice little addition to my fantasy roster. I texted Fraser as I said Tupac, and he's like, "Wow, what?
What?" I should have got that. The fact you were sending that to me and not vice versa, and I didn't get it, says a lot.
Yeah, right. That is kind of weird. And it's maybe the one rapper that I know. So,
and he's dead. So that
rest in peace.
Is he?
Oh. Is he? Are you joking?
I don't know. There's always shootings in that world, isn't there? Like,
he died.
Yeah, exactly. But you never know. Like they're always getting shot, and I don't know if they're alive or dead.
Oh my god! I can't. I kind of want to clip and edit this out as like the main clip of the week. Is Tupac Shakur dead?
Tupac Shakur better not be dead.
Oh, what? He is. What?
Oh, I'm talking about my guy. I call that.
Oh yeah.
My fantasy
He's still
team.
alive.
His name's Tupac Shakur.
Although
Tupac dead? Question mark.
Yeah.
Although with how NFL seasons are going, there is a decent chance he could get shot before next season. So.
Whoa, Jesus!
I'm just saying, every one player a year gets shot. So.
Well, we already had that. Ricky Pearsall.
Well, I meant next year. He may get shot before next year.
So just to confirm, though, the other Tupac that I referenced, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, that one's dead. For like 20, 25 years.
Huh. Maybe is it a famous shooting? It's like the JFK
Quite
thing?
famous. Yeah.
That's why I know him.
JFK.
That's why I know him. I don't know any of the songs. I've just heard the name.
It was the, California Love. It's one of your bangers.
No. No, definitely haven't heard of those.
A twofer. We get another Monday night twofer.
Well, kind of.
Not. Yeah.
Kind of. One of them's a USFL game.
Yeah, it's true.
If it's Tim Boyle versus Will Levis, that's where you get dinner ready and done early so that you can settle in for the Lions and Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, this is brutal.
Double Monday nighters. Like, do you think it'll stick?
I wish they spaced them out more.
Yeah,
like
me too.
2 hours at least, not just 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for our time, they start out 4:30 and 5:15. Like I'd prefer if they went even 5 and 7, although I guess that's pretty late on the West Coast. But
yeah, but you can do
6:30 wouldn't be bad.
You can do 2 West Coast teams and then 2
Yeah.
and then like 2 East Coast teams. Just line up a schedule.
Yeah, I think that'd be much better. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. It was nice to be able to click back and forth a little bit last night, especially once the Jags getting beat like they stole something.
It's not groundbreaking or anything. It's not like every other league in the world does that.
Yeah, true.
It looks like it doesn't happen again until week 7, and then not again ever, maybe?
Yeah, they don't do many. They usually just do a couple at the start of the year.
Yeah, they need to do it every...
I think they should do more of it, because then that way you're not just stuck with the one game.
Yeah, especially if they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, the Monday night sucks. You're just like, oh, well.
Generally.
Very depressed that football's over for the week.
Mm-hmm.
The other reason you're watching half the time is because maybe fantasy implications.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, especially it's awful too. Like they need to solve having so many games in the morning. It's just 10 games, 9 games, 7 games. It just sucks. You can't watch all you want to, and then there's
This week's a little better. We have 4 afternoon games. It's a little bit better.
Yeah. Last week was good too. They had 4 or 5, I think, even.
Yeah.
Well, so that game sucks. I don't even know what to think there.
Going.
I guess I'm just going Dolphins because of Calais.
Yeah. And because I'm playing the odds that they're going to get Huntley ready.
Okay.
Yeah, Snoop. What's the word on Tua? They haven't talked about future timelines.
He's IR 4 weeks. He was at the game. He was in Seattle.
Okay.
He was on the sideline. So he's good enough to travel, and they say he's feeling well. Right? So
they said that last time, and then he was doing Thriller the game after. So
wow.
Thriller.
I gotta believe that the Dodgers wouldn't let him fly across literally Miami to Seattle if he was really reeling. They just wouldn't do it. So the fact that he was at that game, I think, is a good sign. And I don't know. I'm rooting for him as much as I love seeing the Dolphins lose. I'd love to see him come back and not ever get a concussion again because seems like, by all accounts, he seems like a great kid.
He needs to start watching Hard Knocks and seeing how those guys can slide better.
Yeah. And then also maybe he gets one of those old horse collars that they used to wear, like the linebackers. Put one of those on too.
The Bosworth neck guard there.
Yeah, right. Why not?
Yeah, I would say if he got it whacked like he did the other times, I'd be okay with it. But it was such an innocuous hit that he got concussed on. So yeah, but it wasn't like a bang, whack. It was just kind of.
It was pretty good impact.
Neck tilt.
Yeah, that's just scary. I think this. Ooh, I may have to make this another lock of the week for the Seahawks. Lions 4-point favorites.
You're calling the Seahawks as a lock of the week to walk into Dan Campbell's house? Come on.
And at least make it a 3-point game. I think either team wins by 3.
Oh, you're saying with the points. Okay.
Yeah,
I got 3.5. I think, again, it's health. The Hawks lost a couple of D tackles in that game on Sunday, so see if they're back. But, yeah, that's going to be a hell of a football game, I think, right?
Yeah.
And are the Seahawks really going 4-0? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah.
Kev, you got a dog?
My dog is chugging water right now.
Just murdering water, hey?
Hey, done? Yeah.
I like dogs always make a good entrance. Stace brought his dogs.
Yeah.
Now Kev's drinking water.
Maybe I'll do mine at home next week so that Easton could make an appearance.
Yeah.
He doesn't really like cameras, though.
Yeah, fair. All right, so I'm going Seahawks to cover. You guys?
No, I'm going Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Lions too. Yeah. I think the Lions at home. I like the Seahawks. I really do, but I don't think they're going 4-0.
I'm that same logic because I like them. I just think that's a bit of a stretch. I think Lions, that place is going to be an absolute zoo, right? Like feeding off what they did in the playoffs last year and having a nice run, and then now they get a Monday night game. Like, when was the last time Lions? They don't get a lot of the Monday night games. They went years without hosting probably any, right? Like, I think they maybe did last year again because they were decent, but I think their fans are going to be juiced, and Dan Campbell's probably going to pull out a fake punt at some point. And it's going to be a tricky one. I think it's going to be good. I think it'll be a really good football game, but yeah.
Do you think Campbell needs to get out of his own way? Like, stop listening to the analytics geeks and just punt the ball sometimes.
Analytics, next, can we put them down as a loser too, Fraser, just to back up? I'm tired of the analytics guys. Like, that Saints-Eagles games, those coaches are just turning, like, it was 3-0, and both these buffoons are turning down field goals. Like, do they not understand the team with the most points wins? It's not the team that follows the analytics at best that wins. It's the team with the most points, and they're both just turning down field goals over and over again. It drove me mental. And then, of course, right, like, Saints get the ball back and got to march down, and they could have had the lead. But
it was 3-0 going into the fourth quarter, was it not?
For sure, halftime.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they're both just like, nah. What would I do this for when I can not get a touchdown? It happens too much. Coaches are just buffoons. You know who doesn't turn down field goals? Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin, right? Like, smart coaches that have been around the game forever. Even Peyton, like, loves his offensive play calling, everything else. If he gets a chance to take a field goal, he takes it. Like, especially early in the game.
Andy Reid got crucified on Sunday night for punting.
Yeah.
They were like, why would he punt here? He normally doesn't. It's like, because he's playing a smart game. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing.
Yeah. He's going to pin him deep and say, Kirk, let's see if you got 90 yards in you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. They never turn it down. If all these fancy pants coaches that just want to just listen to the numbers, and so many times we talk about how it's bit them in the ass. And yet, if every chance they get close, hey, Butker, are you ready? Yeah, let's go. I know we have the best player in football at quarterback, and it's 4th and 2, but you know what? We also have one of the best kickers. Go and put 3 on the board, and we'll score a touchdown next time. He doesn't even really think about it that often.
Yeah. And also, like, aside from it being the smart thing you think to do, also self-preservation. No one ever got in trouble for doing the smart play where all the time you're setting yourself up for failure to do the analytics fucking fourth. Like, I'd much rather take the little bit of safer play, and especially when it's a smart play as well.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Versus lose the fucking...
I love when it bites teams. I absolutely love when it bites teams.
All right, I'm zagging on Blaise, which also is zigging what he just said. Detroit Lions, Campbell calls a fake punt, blows up in his face. Seahawks take it down, touchdown, cover.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait to see this fake punt. It's going to be just a thing of beauty. And it's going to happen, too. That's the best part. There's like, I'd say a 62% chance that it happens. And then that way is going to hinge on who gets bragging rights next week on the pod. It's going to be awesome.
That's a lot.
Once we get DraftKings as a sponsor, we'll make sure that they add that as a parlay.
Yes. Will the fake punt that's going to happen for sure blow up or not?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
All right.
Special teams wins games.
It's true. And turf fields or grass fields is a fucking big one in Kev's book.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're faster on turf than you are on grass. That's all I'm trying to say.
But they both run on the same. It's not like the Rams are only running on turf.
Playing on grass is going to do better, in my opinion.
Matt Stafford is going to do better on any fucking turf than Caleb Williams, in my opinion. So I'm taking Matt Stafford.
Play in a parking lot.
But McVay's not going to be able to pull a rabbit out of his ass like he just played here. So, I don't know.
Against the Bears? He just did against the 49ers.
What? Really good. So,
they're pretty good. I will give you that. Like, that is the one scary part of it. But, I mean, Stafford knows them. Stafford's played against that Bears D multiple times. Yeah. He's seen those guys. And it's going to be some no-name dude who's going to get 7 catches again. I hope it's Kobe Parkinson, but that's a whole other issue. But
Colby almost had that nice little back shoulder throw.
He did.
Oh, that could have been huge.
I needed that. I took your advice to get him in when I won Big League.
Yeah.
I also took Hawkinson, so I need someone just to hold the fort till he's back. And So far,
Yeah.
Parkinson is not.
Well, the first game he had a bunch of targets. Second game,
Yeah.
not so much. And then last game, he did decent. Had he gotten that catch, then yeah,
would have been all right.
yeah. I'm doing the same actually. Parkinson Hawkinson combo.
Yeah, just hang in there. Just give me a couple points a game.
Come on,
Just
Colts,
limp it
you can do
through.
it.
Still limp it through.
Yeah, limp it along.
All
Hey,
right.
boys.
Well, thanks, guys.
This pen survived.
That's
And,
a new one.
I'm-
Don't lie. That's a
yeah.
new pen. That's
No,
different.
that's what I mean. Like this one stayed though. The
Okay.
other one's down the hall. It's
Shattered.
It's going to be usable anymore.
We'll have to do it. I'll make it a two-parter. This will be a part one. Part two will be picks. I love it. We did it almost 2 hours. Love it.
Oh, it's fine.
Guys,
Thanks.
Enjoy your week.
Hey, boys.
Later.
Later.
Everyone's keep your computer open just in case the whole percentage thing. Has it come up yet? Oh, it's
Mine's still 99%.
Okay, well, when yours goes 100, you can close it. But Kev, do you see yours yet?
I don't even know what percentage is. Oh, mine's still at 99.
It's weird. Usually mine's like instant.
It's a long one. Still having monkey issues down there, or they put up that fence?
Monkeys.
Do they have like presidents or mayors? Like what who runs the country down there? Is it a prime minister? Like what
The cartel.
cartel? You'll be the king.
Is it?
Well, El Presidente in no time here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if you ran for office. Uh-oh. Hold on. We got another update. Another 4-6 for McCaffrey.
Oh wow.
It's rough. Huh? Yeah, he's good, but I mean, he's not McCaffrey. That's good. I'm glad he's not there this week. Hopefully, Purdy decides to not play, and they sit Bosa, and Kittle stays out, and Debo should probably rest as well. And then look out. But the week after is going to be Mayday time. Finns at home. That's got to be when Drake comes out to play. Right?
Fraser, did I tell you I'm going to be going to Denver last week, like Thanksgiving weekend for the U.S. We're going to go watch the Colorado Buffs on the Friday, Jess and I, and then she's going down there for like a board meeting with the Oilers. So the Oilers are playing in against Colorado on Saturday. Should probably hopefully sneak in the box suite for that one, and then Broncos play Monday night against the Brownies. Yeah, unexpected, but Jess is like, guess where our board meeting is? And I'm like, I don't know, Palm Springs, Phoenix. I was like going all these places. Like, I'm like, New York, Montreal. I have no idea. She's like, no, you fucking idiot, Denver. I'm like, sweet, that's a win.
It is.
No.
No.
That this shit's not staying here?
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
work hard on that backdrop.
Yeah, I should probably maybe put something up on the wall. Yeah.
Blaise, you could just buy one of those banners that has all like the Super Bowl winning
That's a great
years.
option.
I bought one in Vegas. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to go on Amazon and do that very soon. What's going on? I'm still like just 99%.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, for sure.
I could keep it open all day.
Yeah, I probably could too, but I got to take off. So I'm not going to be able to confirm whether it actually goes through. So. Yep. Okay, boys.
Later, Blaze. Good seeing you, man.
Fly safe, hey?
Oh, you betcha.
All right.